So firstly, I'd like to welcome you to Steve Scannell, who will be online shortly. He's the recruitment manager for Beca. He's also based in New Zealand, in the capital Wellington, and he's here to give you some insights about working for Beca and to talk to you about the current opportunities they have in transportation and defence in both New Zealand and Australia. You may also be aware that Beca are going to be in the UK next week. They're going to be running some seminars in London, and they'll also be conducting interviews. You actually may already have arranged to meet with them. They are looking for people with specialist skills in transportation and defence, and they're looking for skills worldwide if they fit the requirements. So please feel free to listen in, even if you live outside the UK. My colleague from working in Naseem is also present. She's just going to pop her head in here. Naseem also, so as I said, works for Working In. She's an expert in visas for both New Zealand and Australia. And when we get to question time later on, she will also be answering your questions. So the webinar will run for about half an hour, and what we're going to do is start off with a short video, and then I will pass you over to Steve from Beca, who will be talking for about 10 minutes. Following this, there'll be the Q&A session. If you can please wait until we open the session before commencing to answer questions, we'd really appreciate this. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the webinar. I'm just going to play you a short video now. Oh, hi again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'm going to pass you over to Steve from Beca. As I said to you before, he is the recruitment manager, and he's going to be doing a presentation. Thank you much, Steve. Passing you over now.
Thanks very much for that, Joe. Hello, everybody. So as Joe mentioned, I look after the recruitment across New Zealand and Australia, especially in the advisory services, as well as a few other places as well. So I'm originally from Kent, and I moved over to New Zealand in about 2003. So I've got a good understanding of the UK market and the New Zealand market. Also joining me online is Julie, who's works in Auckland. Julie is actually originally from France and now lives in Auckland. So I suppose the first question that a lot of people are asking at the moment is, why are we recruiting overseas? Why are we coming to the UK to meet people? And the main thing for us at the moment is Beca is growing. We've got more clients than we've ever had, and there's more work coming out of New Zealand than we've ever had, and Australia, and as a result, we need to recruit more people to fill these needs. New Zealand's only a small place, so we are looking further afield to fill these specialist disciplines. So to tell you a little bit about Beca, so Beca is employee owned. We're New Zealand owned, employee owned company. We're one of the largest professional services consulting firms in the Asia Pacific region, and we've delivered projects in over 70 countries across the world. So although we are New Zealand based, we do a lot of work all over throughout the world. We're pretty proud of our culture here at Beca. We feel we're quite relaxed, and as we say, we do make things happen. We've got a really nice balance of laid back as well as professionalism. We have over 87 nationalities working at Beca. Diversity is something that we really like to celebrate here at Beca. So Beca has over 3,000 staff in over 19 office locations. Bulk of our people and our offices are in New Zealand, but we do have offices throughout Australia, islands, as well as Asia, Singapore, Indonesia, Myanmar, and Thailand. We travel throughout office locations if they want to, but then there's also as much opportunity for someone to stay in New Zealand. We've got people who have been with Beca in one office location for more than 20 years, and we've had people who have travelled all around the world with Beca delivering projects. And you know that there's not a right or wrong way. It's just whatever people feel like they want to do. We have over 75 disciplines at Beca, so we do anything from building services, power engineering, defence and advisory, transportation. We build roads, we build bridges. We pretty much do a bit of everything. The really exciting thing about Beca is that there's services that might not exist today, be delivering in 6 months' time. We're always moving and we're always challenging ourselves to take on new markets. To tell you a little bit about some of the projects that we're doing, and I will focus mostly in the defence transportation advisory. So with these projects, they are multidisciplinary. So there would have been input from a number of other organisations across the Beca group. So to start off with, Beca's had a 75-year association with the New Zealand Navy, and we've delivered a number of naval projects for defence. We also do a number of projects in the Australian market. So the Royal Australian Navy, its ships and aircrafts, that's a massive project that is undertaken. We've helped to develop assurance system for their critical maritime assets, and we also have people who work on site who offer embedded support to them. We also do things as well as seaworthy assessment for maritime structures, submission requirement sets, as well as RAN's unique needs. We've won a number of awards throughout Australia and New Zealand for our defence work. We also have a team that work out at Whenuapai Air Base in Auckland. We do have engineers who work on secondment and a team that work out there full-time building flight simulators. And one of the newer projects that we're doing at the moment is the Sea Sprite helicopter, looking at their radar systems. Our transportation team, the biggest project that they would be undertaking at the moment would be the Auckland Motorway Alliance, as well as Roads Alliance. The Auckland Motorways Alliance is an alliance set up to help people travel more efficiently and more safely around Auckland. Auckland is the biggest city, and we have close to 1.6 million people living out of Auckland now. So motorway and travel is widely used, and it's something that Beca's very proud to be a part of. The Hamilton Safe Roads Alliance is a project that helps people be around throughout New Zealand. Based in Hamilton, it's a partnership between Beca as well as the NZTA, which is the New Zealand Transport Association. They'd be one of our larger clients. We also do things like rail upgrades. So we did the Panmure railway station upgrade, and we won a number of awards for that project. That was a multidisciplined project, so that was our structures team were involved in it, as well as our planning team, our transportation team, and our civils team. So that was a really big project that we were. Last but not least, we also did. We had two people who went over to the Rio Olympics and the London Olympics to look at crowd modelling. So they looked at the crowd flows of how to get people efficiently and safely between events and from public transport. So that was another exciting project. Some of the other things that we do in the advisory services team, so we do a lot of work in healthcare, looking at how people can efficiently reduce, and that's led on to things like we've got a project at Auckland Airport now aimed at reducing the amount of time that people wait for their flights and the amount of time that people have to queue up to get ticketing. So, you know, there's things out there at the moment that we're doing that people probably don't think about, and everyone can get involved in those types of projects. So the specific roles that we're recruiting for at the moment, in Australia, we're looking specifically for systems engineers, mostly from a naval naval or air force background. We are looking for people like weapons specialists and combat systems engineers, as well as general systems and asset management engineers. We also have roles for transportation engineers, including ITS, planning, modelling, analysis, and throughout Australia we employ a number of other people such as power engineers, building services engineers, whether that be mechanical or electrical, and civil infrastructure engineers. Another large project that we're delivering at the moment in Sydney is Transport for New South Wales, which is a light railway project that we're heavily involved in. New Zealand, again, we are looking for systems engineers and weapons and combat systems specialists, as well as transportation engineers, including ITS, planning, modelling. We also have roles for project managers and general engineers, including civil, structural engineers, power engineers, mechanical. Like I said, we have over 75 disciplines here at Beca. So if there's a role in engineering or business advisory, we're likely to be doing it. So in terms of relocating with Beca, we do offer support towards your relocation and your visas in terms of money, because everyone's at a different stage. So some people might want to allocate more money to one thing and less money to another thing. So we give an allowance. The other thing that we do as well is we give people a good opportunity to settle well once they arrive in New Zealand. So we have organisations set to assist with your move and your relocation. We have a number of expats here at Beca, and we have a really good family-based culture. So there's lots of people here who have made the moves over from overseas, and they've brought their families and children, and they've got a nice community. So it doesn't really matter whereabouts, location-wise someone is. We feel that we can give them a really good experience across Beca. And that's all I had to say today. So thank you very much for your time. If I could now sort of move over to if anybody has any questions, and then we can perhaps sit into these.
Hi again. For those of you that may have joined us in the last few minutes, I'm Jo from Working In. Welcome, and those of you that have just listened into the presentation, thanks very much. Thanks very much, Steve. I hope you all enjoyed that. So we'd now, as Steve mentioned, we'd now like to offer you the opportunity to ask Steve from Beca and also his colleague Julie from Beca some questions. And don't forget, we've also got Nassim here from Working In who can answer any visa questions. So this session is going to run for about 20 minutes. So we will do our best to answer all your questions during this time. But if we don't get to your question, please don't worry. We will be sending out an email following the webinar to everyone that's registered and everyone that's attended, and you'll have the chance then to actually send your questions in via email. So thanks very much, and yeah, keep asking the questions, and as I say, we'll do our Hi again, everyone. Thank you so much for all your questions. Hopefully you got some valuable insights out of the webinar. As mentioned to you, we will be sending an email shortly which will have further information on all those specific job opportunities with Beca. You'll also have information on how you can meet Beca in London, how you can attend one of their seminars, and also, if you're not in the UK, how you can connect with Beca over Skype. So please look forward to receiving that email, and also yeah, I'd like to say thank you very much to Steve for his presentation. So I'll just quickly pass you over to Steve.
Hello again, everybody. Yeah, thank you very much for your time today. As Joe mentioned, so we'll be in the UK from the 13th till the 18th of February. So if you can't make any of our events, please do let us know. The events will be on the 13th and the 14th. As I said, we'll be hanging around for the rest of the week and can make time to catch up for coffees or meet people outside of those times. So if you do have any other questions, please let myself or Joe know, and Joe can pass on the details to me. But thank you very much again, everybody.
Thank you, Steve, and also Nasim's just saying goodbye to everyone as well. She was the lady answering your visa questions. Yep, so you'll soon receive an email from us, and as we said before, you'll be able to answer any further questions. So thanks again to everybody for attending. Just one last thing, if you do need to look at any information with regards to relocating, you can check out the website moveless.com. There are a number of service providers that Working In partner with, where you can get special rates for your relocation needs, such as shipping, foreign exchange, all those things, shipping your cat, all those kind of things that you might need to do for your move. So thank you once again. I appreciate your time, and we'll be connecting with you again shortly. Thank you. Bye bye.